Okay, so around the area that I live at, one of the big things that people are hype about, the community, is sports. And in particular, the sport that they're into is football. They're really, really huge into football. And whenever the football season starts, everybody's wearing their jerseys. Like, you see hundreds upon hundreds of people. It's almost like a convention of people walking on the streets with their jerseys, getting excited for the game, and like they're going crazy. I've been to places where people are watching the game. People get so into it that they're punching holes in walls and they're screaming at the top of their lungs and going insane and stuff like that. People really get into the sports, which, to be honest with you guys, me personally, I'm not that big of a sports fan. I mean, there's a difference between watching sports anime and stuff like that. I watch the shit out of some sports anime because most of the time it focuses on characters and development and relationships and stuff like that. It's not just sports. But as far as conventionally, just sitting back watching like the latest game or something like that, that's just not me. I mean, back in the days, I was really into basketball, and I more so, when it comes to sports, rather play them because I just kind of enjoy, throwing a ball at a basketball hoop or something like that. Basketball is probably the biggest thing that I was into for a while back in the day, but I'm just not that into sports. Which, to each his own. If you love sports or whatever, cool, that's fine. I'm not judging nobody or whatever, because I like Japanese cartoons. Why not? However, one of the things that I really can't stand is judgment in society when it's very hypocritical. I never understand why, if I'm screaming at the top of my lungs so hype about like, Goku just kicked Beerus's ass, or Goku versus Black, that shit is hype as shit. It's unacceptable in society. However, people screaming over a ball being thrown or a touchdown being had, it's okay. Like, people can go crazy, they can get drunk with their friends and scream and act like lunatics over that, but us anime fans, us manga fans, if we get excited like that, you're weird. You're getting excited about that. Which, to be honest with you, the argument that they will have is that, well, that's real life, you never know what's gonna happen. But at the end of the day, it really all falls under the same category of entertainment. Because if I haven't been spoiled from the manga, it's an anime original, or I'm just reading the manga and I don't know what's gonna happen, it's the same element of surprise as well. It's like, I didn't know that was gonna happen, or that's an incredible plot twist. So why is it that it's okay and it's acceptable in society to go crazy over sports and celebrate it, but it's not okay for anime fandom to? Because if you think about it, the same scenario that I was just talking about, where people are walking on the streets with their jerseys and really representing their team hard and stuff like that, is not that much different at all than an anime convention where people dress up in their favorite costumes of characters and stuff like that and rep how much they love their series. But that's considered weird to the average, person in the street. They're like, you're a weirdo, but we can wear our jerseys and scream about a dude throwing a ball. And I honestly think that, and I've thought this for a while, it all boils down to numbers. And I've said this in my fake anime fans video a while back, which is one of my best videos to date still. If you haven't checked it out, maybe I'll link it in the description below so you can, because it's a really great video where I talk about people that hide their insecurities regarding being an anime fan. But in a nutshell, I truly feel that it's a numbers game. It honestly is, because it's more widely known and widely popular and more widely accepted to be into sports and go crazy over sports than it is to be into some sort of comic book or cartoon. Because let's just say majority of the world, we had 10 million people that went absolutely crazy every time a Dragon Ball Super episode aired, and everybody's at home drinking beer, watching Dragon Ball and screaming and going crazy and even cosplaying as Goku while they're watching the episodes. It would be the norm. We would literally have the tables flip if the number of people that were into anime were higher than the sports fans. And that's really the thing about it. It's just the fact that anime and manga fandom isn't that popular, because like even down in video games, you go 20 years ago, video games and screaming about them and being all hype about it wasn't really acceptable in society either. But now people gather around, they have, video game parties where they drink and laugh and play music and play video games all the time, and it's like, that's acceptable now. And honestly, if we want to go deeper, it all goes down to like what people want most. At the end of the day, money rules the world. Let's be clear here. Money really does. People do all sorts of crazy things. Not everybody is into money, obviously. I'm not saying that you're a money hungry bastard, whatever, but like majority of people in this world, the main thing that they care about is money. And it goes back to my whole numbers theory. And what I mean by that is, let's just replace for a second the fact that what people mostly want is money. Let's replace it with what people mostly want is anime or manga. And you would see people doing insane things. You'll be seeing whores giving blowjobs for Hajime no Ippo DVDs. So what I'm basically trying to say is that it's all about numbers game. And if anime and manga was just more popular, bottom line, it would be the same thing, and people wouldn't have a problem or an issue with anime conventions and people cosplaying and stuff like that. And it would be the same thing as all these people wearing their jerseys to support their football teams and drinking and screaming and stuff stuff like that when we go to our cons and we go crazy and nerd out about the stuff that we love, or we do our live reactions watching the episodes and stuff like that. It would be the same thing. It's just that we don't have the numbers to back up our fandom like they do, because sports are more sociably acceptable with the numbers that they have. There's millions upon millions, especially in the West, of fans of football, basketball, baseball, and all that stuff. Anime and manga fans don't have that. If we did, who knows, maybe the tables would be flipped. Personally, I don't give a shit what you're into, as long as you're not hurting anybody and it's not illegal. If you're into whatever, do you. But why bother criticizing other people and making fun of other people's hobbies? Now, personally, I don't really give a shit what people say about me being into anime and manga. That's my shit. I've been into it for many years, and I'm gonna be into it for many years. You don't like it? Fuck off. But unfortunately, some people are affected by this, and that all leads back into my whole fake anime fans thing, where they're like, I'm gonna hide it because we don't got the numbers of being acceptable in society with this shit, so I'm not an anime and manga fan as far as the general public goes. But let me know what you guys think about this interesting concept. Why do you think it's okay for people to go crazy wearing the jerseys and ranting and raving about sports, but when we cosplay or we want to represent our favorite stuff, our favorite entertainment, it's not? And your overall thoughts of all this? Again, just wanted to touch up on this because it's like really interesting how it's really okay in the eyes of the common man for people to go crazy over sports, but it's like you're a weirdo for liking those cartoons. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.